Benefits of working with the local team at James.
Our cost from supplies perspective went down. I mean, we're talking about thousands in a year. So we saved a lot of money by bringing James Imaging on.
James Imaging Systems client Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, on dealing with James.
They are making sure you get the full value and life of every product that you have with them.
Local support, local accountability, local people. Get it all with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
10:01, we're at 3 degrees. A cold weather advisory in effect for another hour, then reissued at 9 o'clock tonight, in effect until noon tomorrow for all of southeastern Wisconsin. It is going to be very cold today with a high of 7. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Connie Weber. Representatives from Milwaukee Public Schools must head to court this afternoon after failing to reinstate school resource officers by today's court-mandated deadline.
The National Association of School Resource Officers confirms to WTMJ that as of this morning, no Milwaukee Police Department officer has completed their basic SRO course since August of 2023, and no MPD officers are currently enrolled in the course at any location in Wisconsin or surrounding states. A judge in January had set today as a deadline for the district to re-implement school resource officers in MPS buildings. The district must now appear in court to explain their non-compliance. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Overhauling Wisconsin's 19th century prisons.
A proposal from Governor Tony Evers would begin with completing construction on a youth facility in Dane County in order to close Lincoln Hills and Copper Lake School. The two youth prisons in Irma have long been troubled with abuse of inmates and staff. Evers' plan then calls for closing the Green Bay Correctional Institution by 2029 and converting the state's oldest prison in Waupun to a medium-security vocational village for expanded job training. Both facilities have been described as inhumane by incarcerated individuals and faced in-custody deaths. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Sources tell ABC News 15,000 workers at the IRS face potential layoffs in the middle of tax season. Over at the FAA, one union says several hundred probationary workers began to receive firing notices Friday night. Others could be barred from entering FAA buildings tomorrow. More from ABC's Rachel Scott in Washington.
More than 1,000 people fired from Veterans Affairs and another 1,000 from the CDC. Among them, half of the agency's so-called disease detectives, doctors and scientists who fan out across the country and the world to stop outbreaks.
We want to downsize government, but make it better.
Despite concerns from critics, the president is showing no signs of slowing down.
European leaders scheduled to meet for an emergency summit in Paris today, focusing on Russia's ongoing war against Ukraine. The British Prime Minister said European leaders will meet today to discuss the continent's increasingly strained relationship with the U.S. News comes after President Trump spoke with Russian President Putin about negotiating an end to the war. Powerful winter storms swept through the nation's southeast this weekend. Tennessee among the places experiencing the extreme weather. Here's ABC's Alex Perez.
In Reeve, Tennessee, the levee failing.
That's about 4 hours they've been in the water.
Residents Denny and Karen Stow had to be taken to safety by boat before driving themselves to Union City, Tennessee. They spoke to ABC News from their hotel room.
We're fortunate enough that we can stay at a hotel tonight, but what's going to happen tomorrow, the next night, we don't know.
Complicating things here, the area now bracing for snow and plummeting temperatures as we head into the week.
Here in southeast Wisconsin, bitter cold. Temperatures will struggle to reach double digits above zero for the next 2 days. WTMJ meteorologist Craig Copeland tells Wisconsin's Morning News the worst of the wind chills arrives overnight into early tomorrow morning.
I think the wind chills tomorrow morning are even going to be a little colder than they are outside right now. Around 30 below, and that's going to be mainly north and outside of Milwaukee.
Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up in less than 5 minutes. Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Markets are closed today. President's Day holiday. Trading will resume tomorrow. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth. Annex Private Client. Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time 10:05.
Nestled in the heart of the Kettle Moraine Forest lies the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love the Fox and Hounds. Journey through 90 years of history in the timbered stone structure. It's gorgeous. And when you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free 7 days a week. An amazing deal at an amazing place. Choice steaks, ribs, seafood, pasta, a big fresh salad, even the steak and lobster, any entree, your second dinner's free. The Fox and Hounds desserts, and I love those, and huge ice cream drinks, buy one, get one free. Unwind with an old-fashioned, a Manhattan, 20 bourbons on their bourbon list, over 100 fine wines, 8 elegant dining rooms with real wood-burning fireplaces. Wherever you live, it's worth the spectacular drive through the Kettle Moraine for your free dinner. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill, a Top Choice Award winner for fine dining and most romantic restaurant. Take your family to the Fox and Hounds this week. Half your dinners are free. I love this place. FoxandHoundsRestaurant.com.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Blaine's Bucks event. Now through February 26th, rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store. Redeemable just like cash March 6th through the 19th. Start earning on assorted 10 packs of Blaine's brand bird suet, $10 each. 40-pound bags of Blaine's original cat food, $26.99. And introducing new Dots Barbecue Seasoned Pretzels, just $5.99. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Grouper Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Milwaukee blew out Northern Kentucky 92-70. Panthers visit Youngstown State Friday night. Wisconsin basketball back on the hardwood tomorrow night, tipping off against Illinois from Kohl Center. And number 16 Marquette hosts Seton Hall tomorrow night. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding and a whole lot more. Bucks enjoying most of the week off. The team returns Thursday night against the Clippers from Fiserv. Spring training in full swing this week. Pitchers and catchers have already reported to Arizona for the Brewers. Milwaukee brings its full squad together tomorrow. The first game of spring training takes place Saturday afternoon against the Reds. Taking a look at your roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. It looks like it's all clear right now. We did have a couple of crashes earlier, but they have been cleared off. One is going to be at I-43 South at the ramp from Locust Street. It was blocking the right shoulder. That has been cleared. And also it looks like there was a wreck on Highway 59 West was closed at Calhoun Road because of a crash. That has been cleared as well. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. That cold weather advisory in effect for another hour, then another one in effect at 9 tonight until noon tomorrow for all of southeast Wisconsin. Very cold today, breezy, high of 7, wind chills 10 to 20 below. Clearing cold overnight, low 6 below, wind chills 15 to 25 below overnight. Sunny and cold tomorrow with a high of 10. Flurries possible on Wednesday with a high of 14. Partly cloudy and 22 on Thursday. Mostly sunny Friday with a high of 24. Still 0 in Madison, 1 below in Green Bay, and 2 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:08.
We like to do things by the numbers. We're all about commerce and community. Welcome to the Upswing, presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Now for the host that's always on the upswing, Jeff Sherman.
Now, to business, gentlemen.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Happy Monday. Happy Monday indeed. Today and tomorrow, we are going to celebrate Black-owned businesses during this Black History Month and look at the opportunities and challenges ahead. Today, it's community building around haircuts with G. Smith from G's Clippers. G is not only famous for his barbershop that's a haven for men from the neighborhood, bunch of superstars, NBA stars, sports executives, CEOs. But he started cutting his brother's hair when he was just 12 years old. And today, G's Clippers Barber and Beauty Salon is one of the largest Black-owned barbershops in the Midwest with over 30 barbers. It's truly more than a barbershop, and we're going to tell you all about it. It's also Monday. So Dave Spano is going to join us just after the first break. It is also President's Day. So just quickly, have you ever met a sitting president? I have. I've had that opportunity 20 years ago when I was still at onmilwaukee.com. I had the opportunity we had almost 2.5 hours with George W. Bush. Just an absolutely amazing experience. I'm going to tell you about that later in the show. To have an opportunity to sit down, talk with a sitting president about policy, about life, about challenges, about opportunities was just truly amazing. It was 20 years ago, but I think it's something I think about almost each and every day, especially on this President's Day. I think we got to sit with ourselves and think, hey, what's on the president's mind each and every day from a policy standpoint, from a business standpoint, from a community standpoint? So much goes into the job. You got to appreciate the office no matter what. As we do each and every morning, let's go to Up.
Now it's time for the Two Up on the Upswing.
You have a bit of used car blues. Used car prices continue to rise, and there's not a lot of relief in sight. According to the Labor Department, used car and truck prices increased by 2.2% from December to January, while new car prices remained flat. The trend suggests that the new used car market is experiencing a bunch of pressure, likely due to several factors: limited supply of new vehicles, increased demand for used vehicles, and then the economic conditions affecting consumer purchasing power. Prices on both new and used vehicles have come down from their 2022 peak, when vehicles were in short supply because of supply chain challenges. And you look at kind of the supply-demand chain. We're going to get a bunch of insights on Wednesday's show from Jim Tolkien from the Automobile Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. Jim will join us with his insights, and he's going to preview the auto show that begins this weekend at the Baird Center. He'll give us the real deal on prices. Second up, Dave's Hot Chicken continues to grow. It is now America's fastest growing restaurant chain. Dave's Hot Chicken has opened a new location in New Berlin, Wisconsin. Known, of course, for its crispy and spicy chicken, the New Berlin location is at 3721 South Moreland Road, and it opened February 7th. The restaurant chain dates back to May of 2017, when 4 friends invested $900 to purchase a fryer and began selling hot chicken tenders in East Hollywood, California. The franchise locally is owned by Roaring Fork Restaurant Group that has 69 restaurants across Wisconsin, Illinois, and Iowa, with 61 Qdoba franchises and 8 Dave's Hot Chicken. They also have locations in Wauwatosa, Menominee Falls, Milwaukee, and Kenosha. All right, when we come back, Dave Spano joins us. We have 4 S's on the table for this President's Day. We're going to frame our show around the 4 S's. It's Spano, it's Sherman, it's the Upswing. You are listening to WTMJ.
You should be listening to Wisconsin's Midday News each weekday from 11 to 1.
Bucks President Peter Feigin joins us live here in the studio right now.
But if you missed us, catch up anytime with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty by listening to the Wisconsin's Midday News podcast.
What you're seeing now is like the reality of, playing a season together, kind of, getting to know each other.
Powered by Siding Unlimited, siding, and a whole lot more.
Don't forget, take us with you wherever you go. We'd love to have you with us.
So how would I describe our people? I'd say the people we set out to hire have to be smart, hardworking, and honest. Honesty being paramount of the 3. Because honesty breeds integrity. And when you have integrity, you won't let yourself do anything less than your best. And that's who we're looking for. Character counts here, and integrity matters. That's why it's easy for us to offer the industry's best lifetime workmanship warranty with every roof we sell. A rock-solid warranty like ours guarantees our reputation and assures your satisfaction. At Semperfi, we do the right thing. We seize the moral high ground, and we hold it. And when you do that, you end up having a business that's going to last for generations. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Tell us a little bit about Innovative Signs.
We're located out in Waukesha. Where we are really focused mostly is manufacturing outdoor electrical signs.
You came to Horicon Bank. How do you think other local businesses can benefit?
When I call, Michelle picks up the phone, and when I email, she responds in a timely manner. A few years ago, I talked to my accountant about shopping around looking for a different bank just to get some alternatives, and he said, absolutely not. You're not going to like working for a big bank. They have a lot more regulations. So that's how we got involved with Cornerstone Bank. When Horicon purchased Cornerstone, we came along for the ride, and it's been great.
The work week is here. Let's begin with your Monday market preview with Jeff Sherman and Dave Spano.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined on the phone by the CEO at Annex Wealth Management, Dave Spano. Dave, as always, thanks for taking time on this Monday, especially on this President's Day. I appreciate it.
Yeah, market's closed, but glad to be here.
All right. Have you ever had a chance to meet and sit down and talk with a sitting president?
Well, I got a couple of cool stories. I'll tell you a real quick funny story is I was on a volunteer basis the president of the Italian Community Center.
Okay.
When Bill Clinton was here and he was stomping for Hillary.
Okay.
And so they were clearing the building and he wasn't president at that point, and around the corner, I could hear him, and the Secret Service said, "Sir, you're going to have to leave the room. You know, we're clearing the room." And I said, "I'd like to meet him." And I came around the corner, and Bill Clinton is there, and he went right into his Southern charm. It was unbelievable. He went right into what's happening in the building, where he went to eat. He went to Miss Katie's Diner. He had the meatloaf. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was really fantastic. And so they took a picture of it, and of course, everyone made a political statement out of it because I took a picture with Bill Clinton, but It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I had my small story is when we started on Milwaukee.com, it was a couple years into it.
Oh, you were George Bush.
George Bush in our office.
I remember that.
And I had a really good friend.
You drove around with him, didn't you?
We drove in the presidential limo from the east side of Milwaukee to the Art Museum. And I'm thankful. I had a good friend that ran his campaign in 2004, and he wanted to come to Wisconsin to talk about Social Security reform and meet with some young entrepreneurs. And at the end of the event, he said to my business partner and I, "Get in the limo. We're driving to the Art Museum." So it was just my business partner and I and George Bush. Yeah, and it was just incredible. Just we talked about running, we talked about family, we talked about faith. I mean, it was great to have wow.
Was that Bobby Tanzilo? Who was with you?
My partner was Andy Tarnoff.
Oh yeah, Tarnoff.
But Bobby Tanzilo was, I think, in the press corps. Right behind us, so it's just an amazing day.
Great story.
Have that
I remember
close
that.
And personal.
You could have been on the Beast yesterday, going around the racetrack.
I know. Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I like that. All right, so I wanted to do kind of 4 S's for our segments here. This thought crossed my mind, Dave, that the new administration is finding savings and a little bit of fraud. Shouldn't some of the money that is found be coming back to the American people? I mean, should we explore a stimulus to give the people back our money to invest? What are the pros and cons?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great question. That's those people who advocate for lower taxes. That's the thesis, to give the money back to the people who earned it. I think part of this is just not trying to find the money, but trying to find inefficiencies, the waste, right? And so part of that inefficiency could be just updating these really old systems that they have. And so update the outdated systems, finding waste, of course, that's part of it. And of course, implementing efficiency policies. And so there may not be capital that comes back, but if they can find efficiency, he's got all of these Doge kids, he's recruited some 40 young people from all over to go and find these inefficiencies. And so it could be technology, it could be just operating smarter, it could be better proposals. But if there is some money that comes back, there's also this opinion that we're still spending these COVID level spending. 7% of GDP is just incredible that we're running these deficits right now. These deficits do not have to be that big, and they're much, much larger than they've ever done before. And so everyone talks about all of this debt. Well, debt is an accumulation of the deficits, right? So if we could get the deficit spending back to a more normal level, and speaking of Bill Clinton, that happened in 1999, 2000, at least it balanced out. And so if we could get to at least a balanced number and stop running up these ridiculous deficits, maybe the debt can come into in a better light. And so that's why I think that maybe there's not money coming back, but maybe an opportunity to balance the budget with the revenue. And as I said to you before, generally we don't have a revenue problem. We have, as a percentage of GDP, a ton of revenue coming in. In fact, at one point we hit 20%, which is a huge number, running about 16 to 17% now. So it's not a revenue problem. It's certainly a spending problem.
Yeah. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about separation. I mean, you made a great point there, Dave. I think both sides of the political coin want to look at a more balanced budget and more efficiency. But do we need more transparency between Elon Musk and his team and the White House? When we come back, more with Dave Spano, CEO at Annex Wealth Management. I'm Jeff Sherman. You're listening to The Upswing.
Spanning the State with Kristen Bry and Brian Noonan.
Lots of things that should not be in your car right now because it is that cold outside.
If you needed to be reminded to not leave this in your car in the bitter cold, you really need to reevaluate your life choices. It says loved ones. Well, I took Grandma for a ride. Did you bring her in? Oh, son of a... No! She's been out there for 4 hours. She looks like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining.
Sometimes the obvious has to be said.
Only on WTMJ.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Chief Anti-Heartbreak Officer Brian Wickert. While national headlines talk about the inventory of homes for sale being a lot higher this year, that's still not the case in most of Wisconsin. The good news is that now, even in winter, Accunet's experienced loan consultants are already helping many of our pre-approved home shoppers become homeowners and avoid the heartbreak of losing in a multi-offer situation. Sure, you can go with a flimsy, unimaginative bank pre-approval, or you can present your offer with an Accunet rock-solid, fully verified, and guaranteed pre-approval that also might come with the phrase that really makes sellers happy: no appraisal required. When an appraisal is needed, we can also show you in dollars and cents what it means to willingly pay a certain dollar amount over the appraised value if that's what's needed to win, which is usually a lot less scary than people imagine. Reduce your risk of home shopper heartbreak by getting started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
With the ability to market luxury homes on a higher scale than ever before, Century 21 Benefit Realty has taken a huge step forward to tap into a global network of buyers. Maximum exposure to spotlight your unique home with our fine homes and estates marketing so you can sell it for the highest price. And with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission, you win. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
We're on the air in 3, 2...
Hey, it's Vince Vitrano.
John Mercure here.
Wait, does that car say Pella on the side? What's Gina Della doing here?
Sorry, I'm late.
We're on the air in 3, 2...
Recognize my voice? Get used to it.
Talk all things Windows, business, and being a boss in more ways than one with Gina Della from Pella's very own show right here on WTMJ. Starting February 1st, tune into What's the Difference every Saturday morning at 6:30 or stream anytime on WTMJ.com.
What a tease.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined on the phone by Dave Spano, CEO at Annex Wealth Management. Dave, as you look at separation, our second S for our topics today, separation between Elon Musk and the White House and transparency there, What do you think we need as citizens and investors as they kind of explore, audits and data mining and discovery at the various departments? Do we need more transparency in this process?
Yeah, I think transparency, that builds trust, right? And no matter what it is in relationship and business. And so transparency it's a good thing to put that out there, especially because, there's so much that Elon is taking a look at. And, they had a press conference and, the whole thing was not about what Elon was saying, but Little X was the star of the show, right? In the
Yes.
Oval Office with him. So there's no question that transparency should be there, especially if you have a conflict of interest. And, you think about Elon and, the government contracts that he has either directly or indirectly, that should be out there. But, the good news is his just stream of conscious tweeting is pretty obvious what he's thinking. And if there would be a conflict, the whole world on X would see it.
Yeah, that's a good point. So the next one is stop. Stop the minting. Does it raise the prices? You and I haven't talked about Trump's plan to stop minting pennies. And I wonder, could it raise prices? I mean, what does a penniless world look like? And does it matter when so many of our transactions are digital?
Yeah, it's a good point. Do you know what it costs to make a penny? It's 3.7 cents to make a penny. And so you go, well, that doesn't sound too smart, right? So that's $85 million a year. And so here's a really easy answer. People think about things in binary terms, it's on or it's off. How about we just stop making pennies? That doesn't mean the penny goes away. Right? That doesn't mean that we have to, round everything up to a nickel. But just stop making pennies, and then over time, maybe there's an adjustment to take a look at. So, if we can pick up $85 million a year, just stop the printing presses.
Yeah.
Yeah, if per se, and that would pick up this money. So, but it takes money obviously to make it. In fact, most people don't know it takes 14 cents to make a nickel, right? So, you take a look at what point. So, I think the penny could maybe have gone through its useful life. And, why does it go up? I mean, there's a rounding, but what does it really, I saw in an interview that they said, well, if it went from 98 cents to $1, that some people would have struggles with that. I had a little trouble adjusting to that one, right? So there could be an uptick in that, number one. And number two, you have to pay taxes on the higher amount as well. So there could be a lot of things that go out, but maybe just stop printing them and pick up that $85 million a year.
Yeah, and the pennies will still be in circulation. If you stop minting them, it's going to be a while before truly they're out of circulation as a whole.
Well, I'm sure you got a big glass jar in your house full
Without
of pennies.
a doubt,
right?
yeah. Every now and then you look at, you find the one that could be worth a little something and take it to the coin guy. And you're like, hey, what will you pay me for this? That's the fun part.
Nickel.
They still have the collectability of it. So we're going to talk small business in the second half of the show. And I want to get your take, Dave, on if I'm looking to start a small business, what is the best incorporation route to go? There's various different ways for entrepreneurs, but how do you look at that from the get-go?
Yeah, so you look at, there's really basically four major ways to do it. It's a sole proprietor. You just open up the doors and call it Sherman Company. There's the limited liability company, which is probably the overwhelming way that we see businesses get formed, and it gives you a lot of flexibility. And it's also passed through in taxes, so you won't get double taxation. And so when we see a lot of LLC, some people think that there's a tax benefit to it. It's just that it's passed through. Like an S-Corp, there's a pass-through for it. And how that's different from an S-Corp to a C-Corp, and I hope everyone's following me here, whatever you make, it gets reported as income on your tax return. If you own a C corporation, which means it's generally suitable for larger companies, but that's double taxation. So, everyone's freaking out about the lowering of the corporate tax rates because it's not a person, it's an entity. So if for every dollar you make, the corporation pays taxes. Today it's 21%. And then from that point, whatever's left of that, in this case 79 cents, that gets distributed to the shareholders. And then they have to take that as either a dividend or income. Depends on how they distribute it. So there's two levels of taxes, and that's the reason why you do a C Corp For larger corporations, there's ways that make distributions and not make distributions. There's ways that, you have different share classes. There's a lot of ways to do that with a C Corp. But it should generally have a lot of shareholders to do that. But the lion's share, Jeff, as we see, pass-throughs are LLCs. And there's a limited liability company that has a pass-through taxation. By the way, I know you got to go, but I think the S word for the day might be serendipity as well.
Oh, I like it. I like it. It's all about serendipity. Dave Spano, I'm Jeff Sherman. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ, and news time is 10:30. ABC News and local headlines are next.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency continues sweeping job cuts across the federal government. Thousands of IRS employees are facing layoffs in the middle of tax season. And ABC's Rachel Scott says these savings are unclear.
Elon Musk and his team promised to update their website by Valentine's Day with information about how much they are saving the federal government. But as of this morning, that page is still blank.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio meeting with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. He arrived there leading a U.S. delegation to Riyadh that will meet with Russian representatives tomorrow. Starting talks, the U.S. hopes will bring an end to the war in Ukraine. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear now says 11 people have died in the Commonwealth as a result of extensive flooding, and that he'll request individual assistance from the federal government. And Pope Francis remains hospitalized. The Vatican says the 88-year-old's infection creates a complex medical picture. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:31. I'm Connie Weber. Repairs underway for a water main break in West Allis. Crews working on salting the area due to ice along Highway 100. There will be only one lane of traffic from Washington Street to Walker Street going northbound. The repair is expected to be completed by 6 p.m., but the road will likely be closed through Wednesday for road repairs. Decision, Wisconsin. Tuesday is Wisconsin's spring primary. Voters across the state will cast ballots for who should lead the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction. Incumbent Dr. Jill Underly is seeking a second four-year term. Looking to unseat her are Jeff Wright and Brittany Kinzer. On Milwaukee's east side, residents will vote in the special election to replace Alderman Jonathan Brostoff, who died in November. And voters in Kenosha have a $115 million school referendum on their ballots. A new Target could be coming to Brown Deer. Milwaukee Business Journal says the big box store being considered to revitalize the Marketplace Shopping Center on Green Bay Road. The development plan would also include apartments. Time for some news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Markets are closed today. It is President's Day, federal holiday. Trading resumes tomorrow. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Quiet out there for the moment. We did have an earlier crash. It has been cleared. This is at I-43 South at the ramp from Locust Street. This crash was off right. Again, it has been cleared, but there might still be some slowing in the area. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Cold weather advisory expires in about 30 minutes, but it is reissued tonight, 9 p.m. until noon tomorrow for all of southeastern Wisconsin. It's going to be cold today with a high of 7. Overnight low tonight, 6 below zero. Wind chills tonight, 15 to 25 below zero. Sunny and cold tomorrow, a high of 10. Flurries possible on Wednesday, high of 14. Partly cloudy Thursday, high 22. Mostly sunny Friday, a high of 24. 2 in Madison, 1 in Green Bay, 4 now in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 1033.
Oh, boy, it's getting so expensive to dine out, but not at the Mind Chef restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Mind Chef is family-owned, understands inflation hurts. Every Monday when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza absolutely free. Any size, any quantity. You buy one, get one free. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 10 pizzas, get 10 free pizzas. Business owners, managers, bring in pizza for your hardworking employees and your key clients. They're going to love it because it's delicious pizza, and your second pizza's free, saving your company a ton of money. Bring your family in today for free pizza. Your kids will love that world-class game room. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and near EAA and Oshkosh, just off the interstate. Lots of seating, lots of close parking. No need to cook. Don't think about cleaning today. Mondays can be tough enough. Buy one pizza, get one free at the Mine Shaft. Plenty to take home for tomorrow. Desserts, and I love their desserts, are also buy one, get one free. Just walk in today for your free Monday pizza. MineshaftRestaurant.com.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait.
Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh. We told you.
Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down!
Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with her drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Tomorrow at UWM's School of Continuing Education, Black Business Through the Years, a roadmap for success. Actually, it's Wednesday. The event is Wednesday, February 19th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. There's a reception following the event. A really interesting event capturing the history of Milwaukee's black businesses with Claiborne Benson, a keynote address from a UW graduate and the founder of one of Connecticut's largest minority-owned packaging firms, and then a panel of accomplished entrepreneurs from Chicago and 3 from Milwaukee, including G. Smith from G's Clippers, Edna Abernathy from ER Abernathy Industrial Inc., and Angela Smith from Daddy's Soul Food and Grill here in Milwaukee. Tomorrow on the show, Edna Abernathy and Angela Smith will both join to talk about their businesses, the opportunities in the Milwaukee area, and much, much more. Hoping to have G. Smith from G's Clippers on today. We're still trying to get a hold of him, but when we do, we'll talk to G. But now I want to talk a little bit about yesterday's NBA All-Star Game. You talk community, you talk connections. All the leagues have their opportunity to shine with stars with their various all-star games. For the Sherman family, one that is passionate around basketball, the Saturday NBA dunk contest, three-point shooting contest, skills challenge is always one that we gather no matter what. And we make dinner and we watch as a family. It's what we do. We're basketball fans. But there's a lot of talk about changing habits in viewing sports, especially all-star games. You look at some of the feedback from yesterday's game. This is from an NBA national writer who says the NBA is deeply lost on who their fan base is. They want youth viewers who don't even watch TV, and they want the reality TV addicts. But this game is yet another example that they have forsaken actual basketball fans. Then you look at what Dame Lillard from our Milwaukee Bucks said. Dame Lillard says he wants to go back to an East-West All-Star game, says it'd be fine if home court was on the line for the finals. If the East won or the West won, that's what you get for winning. You get a home court advantage in the NBA Finals. Alternatively, Dame Lillard says that if this format stays, maybe an all-snub team would be better than the 4th team instead of the Rising Stars team. So they did a little bit of a different version yesterday for the NBA All-Star Game. I still thought it was entertaining, but I enjoy the sport and the stars. I don't know. What do you think? The Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620. Give us your thoughts on the NBA All-Star Game or any of the All-Star Games. What can the leagues do better? What do you enjoy? Do you even care about them? Or do you consume in different ways? Now, sports are so available on so many different levels, whether it's social, whether it's streaming, and you probably don't sit down and watch an entire game, much less an entire all-star game. For me, though, it's still about connecting with the stars. It's about connecting with a sport I care about. And oddly, I really appreciate the various sponsor tie-ins that the leagues try to do. But for this game, at least yesterday, some of that seemed a little bit forced at the end. But that, again, that's okay. That's what business, that's what community, and that's what sports are all about. It takes a village to put it on, and I like that the NBA is looking to change, but also looking at what works traditionally. Sometimes you got to look to marry both of those as you continue to go onward and upward. And that's what we do here at the Upswing. You look at tradition and you look at the future and you try to bring it all together. You're listening to the Upswing. This is WTMJ.
Thinking about retirement, but not sure where to start? Annex Wealth Management can help. Join us at Destination Retirement. Are we there yet? Tuesday night at 6 at Annex in Brookfield. In a little over an hour, we'll explore the topics you'll need to start the process of retiring on your terms. And the best part, Annex has no products to push. We're committed to fiduciary principles acting in each client's best interest. Destination Retirement. Tuesday, February 18th, Annex Wealth Management in Brookfield. Details at annexwealth.com. Look for the events tab.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank, they've been doing banking differently since 1896. Financing requests, they can be approved in days. You don't have to wait weeks because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good. That's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member, FDIC.
At the Milwaukee Auto Show, we have a vehicle for almost everything, and we certainly have a vehicle for your thing. The Auto Show has the largest selection of vehicles from different manufacturers all in one place. Barrett Center, the 22nd through the 2nd. Buy tickets online, no added fees. AutoShowMilwaukee.com.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. You've been dealing with it forever, right? That ankle pain or the back or knee pain. It was a nuisance at first, and you kind of just put up with it. Now it's nearly debilitating for you, and it's affecting everything you do. It's time to get rid of that. Let's get rid of that pain that's always just kind of been there. You don't even remember how long it's been now. Call QC Kinetics. Groundbreaking treatments for arthritis pain, long-term relief. It is possible. Joint pain doesn't get better with time. So before it's absolutely debilitating, see if you're a candidate for this life-changing regenerative treatment. No painkillers, no surgery, no downtime. QC Kinetics regenerative treatments are sweeping the nation. Patients right here in southeast Wisconsin. They have a location in Mequon and another in Greenfield. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. And if it's easier on your schedule, they're even open on Saturdays. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
What we've found is that when you have workers who feel valued, you get better results. This is why good people and good culture should matter to anyone looking for an exterior remodeling company they can trust. It's going to be your experience and the end result that gives you peace of mind, because you'll know your work was done by people who care. We realized early on that if we were going to change the reputation of this industry for the better, that finding good workers that you could trust to do great work was going to be the key. We're attracting good people every day because we take care of our people. We want to make sure they feel important because they are. And we're going to make sure you feel important and valued too, with excellent customer service and high quality work. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. On Wednesday At UWM's School of Continuing Education, Black Businesses Through the Years, a roadmap for success. G. Smith is a barber on a mission. He joins us on the phone today. G, I know the shop is closed on Mondays, and it's President's Day, so I appreciate you taking a little bit of your time to spend with us this morning.
Not a problem at all. Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Of course, of course. So G's Clippers it's way more than a barber shop. It's a community hub. When you first opened, how did you envision your role in the community beyond haircuts at such a young age?
I'm going to be honest with you, Jeff. I really didn't think about, my role in the community. I really just wanted to help people look good, and really just enjoy the camaraderie that comes with, the barbershop. I never really took it as though it would catch traction as it did in the community, if you will. And it really made me see that, a barbershop is way more than just a place where people come to look good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, and what are some of the biggest lessons you've learned about sustaining a business in the city you love and grew up in over time?
Doing business the right way, treating everybody fair, treating everybody equal, and coming out the four walls of my barbershop, because I truly understand that a barbershop is more than just a grooming establishment, if you will. G's Clippers literally is the heartbeat of the community. We do so many things in G's Clippers. If you just take a peek at my Instagram or Facebook, I actually got to remember to post pictures of haircuts, because I post pictures of so many community events. I mean, I have a lot of political things taking place there, getting people out to vote. I do a lot of mental wellness workshops. I got a health clinic in G's Clippers where individuals could come and get a snapshot of their health and their numbers. And we just, I would like to think I run G's Clippers like I envisioned barbershops were back in the early 1900s, where we truly was the heartbeat of the community, where good news was shared, where the barber was the doctor in a lot of cases, the politicians, the church, if you will. I always say it's two businesses also in the urban community that can truly change the trajectory of that community, and that being the barbershop and the church. And I would like to think that that's one of the things that I can definitely attest to to G's Clippers lasting for 30 years now and being still relevant as it was 25, 30 years ago, is doing more than just help the community look good.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably something that we somewhat take for granted here in Wisconsin, that there's almost a barbershop, a bar, or a church on every corner, and they all serve the purpose to bring people together, to have connections and build community. And ultimately, that's what you want no matter what the size of your business is.
You got it. You're right. I mean, G's Clippers is definitely not like your typical size barbershop. I think the typical barbershop is 5-chair barbershop, and G's is a little over 25-chair barbershop. And so it's quite a few individuals that come through G's Clippers on a regular basis. So the impact is definitely there.
We're talking with G. Smith from G's Clippers. G, when we come back from the break, I want to have you kind of outline the community groups that you work with, the health relationships that you have, and I want to talk about kind of building a talent pipeline in the area and why that's so important to you. You're listening to The Upswing. This is WTMJ.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Cornerstone Development. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. At 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Now at Menards, save big money on everything for your next project. For over 65 years, Menards has been the destination for post frame buildings. Whether it's for protecting equipment or you just need a place to keep your toys, Menards has a post frame building for you. Get a free estimate fast in store or on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards. Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
You wake up feeling like you just boxed 12 rounds. Some wake up sweating with sore jaws, headaches, and a lot of our patients complain of brain fog. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and these signs, often joined with snoring, are sleep apnea symptoms. And if this sounds like you may have been in a struggle last night between you and this serious disorder. Many people aren't willing to fight back. But the fact is, you can't go through these nightly struggles without ramifications that each night chip away at your life's expiration date. I get it. You don't want to wear a CPAP mask. You may find out you don't need one. We have every effective sleep apnea solution available. And believe me, the mask is the last resort.
It's time to take action to stop your sleep struggle. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
I've always believed that great service makes all the difference. At Waterstone Bank, it's more than just banking. It's personal. When I needed help choosing an account, my banker took the time to understand my needs and guided me through my options. Thanks to her advice, I can watch my money grow, knowing it's secure.
Welcome to your Waterstone Bank, where community and personal service come together. Member FDIC.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined on the phone by G. Smith from G's Clippers, just outside of downtown Milwaukee here. So, G, as you work closely with health organizations and local leaders, what role do businesses like yours play in bridging the gap in healthcare and community engagement?
I mean, creating a safe space. I mean, being that trusted institution that kind of bridges that gap with the medical professionals and the community.
Yeah, without a doubt. So, as you've grown your business, what are you up to now? Like 30 different stylists?
Yeah. I have I have 28 barbers and stylists there at Juice Clippers.
So how important is that talent recruitment and retention to you as serving as not only a hub for business building, but to provide people with the opportunity for employment?
I mean, this country is ran off small businesses for the most part. I think it's very important for small businesses to do their due diligence in creating more jobs for individuals. And it's definitely, like a barbershop, where individuals can, expound on their gifts, things that, they've gifts they've had since birth, if you will, and they just, kind of, added to it to make a living, so that's what I enjoy. I enjoy just creating a space for individuals to expound on their gifts.
Have you known of any businesses that have been launched through conversations at the barbershop? I always say, so much of our networking is done online, but when you get a chance to really sit down with somebody and talk through your ideas, have you found that with either clients or community officials that have come in that you're like, wow, an additional idea was just birthed in the barbershop?
Man, that is the norm. That's the norm in G's Clippers. I'm intentional with creating spaces like that. I have partnerships with a bank, BMO Harris Bank. They come in talk about, different finance and then I have groups of guys that come in there and women come in there and just talk about ideas, business ideas. So exactly what you just said. I mean, that I do it. I'm more intentional about doing it. I mean, I truly embrace, G's Clippers in the community and G's Clippers playing its part, if you will, in the community to help move the community forward.
Very good. All right, to end our conversation here, G, I'm gonna give you a magic wand for Milwaukee small business. You had the opportunity to wave that magic Milwaukee wand. What would be one thing you could change and why?
What's that one thing I would change and why? Geez, come on, Jeff. That's a tough one. I don't know. I would love for more businesses to have more resources readily available. I think we have too many small businesses leaving after 2 years, 3 years, and I think a lot of that because of lack of preparation.
Mm-hmm.
Some would say lack of capital, but I think it's just just if we had more institutions out there, like your Chamber of Commerce, able to do more with supplying small businesses with resources that will help them last, and strive and grow and, in such a way that can help move the community forward.
Very good. That's what it's all about, connections to make additional contributions. G, from G's Clippers, I appreciate your time this morning. Have a great week. I'll have to get in soon and get my head shaved. I've learned how to do it too well by myself, but I got to get in there soon.
You got to treat yourself, Jeff.
That's right.
Treat yourself, man,
All right. I appreciate your time. Of course. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you, too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. G. Smith from G's Clippers, always bringing the community connections to his business each and every day. I love it. That's what the Upswing's all about. Coming up next, Wisconsin's Midday News. But first, let's do some business headlines.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
A $5 million gift from alumni couple Chris and Mary Swift bolsters a new scholarship program at Marquette University. It honors its late president, Mike Level, and debuts this fall. After Harley-Davidson announces a country music-heavy lineup, including Chris Stapleton,